You know the feeling. You're staring at a screen, hoping a quick search will somehow jumpstart your brain and bypass your own psychological inertia. And then the algorithm serves up a potential fix, a title that targets the problem directly, The Psychology of Laziness by Mohammed Shakil. Seeing the front cover link online gives you an immediate dopamine rush. You've found a title from invincible publishers, and the solution seems to be seconds away. We've trained ourselves to expect that a lack of drive can be cured without actually expending any effort. We look to the digital landscape for instant gratification, expecting a fix with zero friction. But instead of immediate answers, you click the preview and hit a wall. Just the word loading blinking over and over on the screen. Then the interface splinters your focus. Google Books demands you sign in, migrate to the New Your Library experience, or manually click to dismiss a wave of notifications. Once you clear those administrative hurdles, you reach a much harder barrier. The page plainly states, "No ebook available." You came here looking for an effortless way to stop being lazy. Instead, the system requires you to perform a series of tedious digital chores just to figure out you can't even read the text. The site does offer a tiny sliver of hope. A small tag reading "Pages displayed by permission" implies that the methods for overriding your brain's resistance are just one scroll away. Then you hit the redactions. Right as you reach the actual meat of the text, a warning appears stating that some pages are omitted from the preview. The digital architecture here acts as an intentional tease. It shows you the edges of the solution, but actively withholds the specific insights you currently lack the motivation to track down. What should be a totally passive reading experience suddenly requires active mental energy. You're forced to piece together the context around the missing pages to even guess at what you are not seeing. Because the immediate digital ecosystem refuses to give up the goods, you have to make a choice. You can give up, or you can commit to an escalating series of physical and mental hurdles to get the book. This chart shows a quantitative friction scale, measuring the exponentially increasing number of clicks and wait time required to migrate from Google Books to external physical retailers like Rediff Books, Flipkart, or Infibeam. And if you click Find in a Library or All Sellers, the scale of friction spikes even higher. You have to stop mindlessly scrolling and engage in active, real-world logistical planning. Navigating to these external links reconfigures your brain state. You have to abandon the desire for immediate digital gratification and accept a delayed physical reward that might take days to arrive. The complex web of copyright restrictions and digital publishing functions as a rigorous effort test. It actively filters out anyone who is too unmotivated to do the actual work of acquiring the text. Which brings us back to the central irony of this search. Why does acquiring a guide on how to cure laziness require you to already possess a high level of motivation? The omitted pages, UI roadblocks, and paywalls of Shakil's book provide the first practical lesson in human psychology. Psychological inertia thrives on the path of least resistance. To break it, you need friction, and the clunky, demanding interface of a restricted Google Books preview provides the exact resistance required. The conscious decisions you make to close those pop-ups, navigate away to Flipkart, and wait 3 days for delivery are all active, anti-lazy behaviors. You cannot passively consume self-improvement through a screen. The friction of overcoming these digital barriers to get the knowledge is the necessary catalyst for breaking your own inertia.